It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What up?
What's going on? Wanted to ask you about Debo. 4 touchdowns so far for him. What kind of a difference has he made here as a playmaker, and also as you've gotten to know him as a person, as a teammate, things like that?
I would just say, obviously, like, as a playmaker, it kind of just spoke for itself when we traded for him. Everything he did in San Fran, he's doing that here. So we find ways to just give him the ball and let him make plays. And as a person, I mean, he's very down-to-earth, super chill, so people like being around him.
I know last year was last year, but there's a lot of attention on the Hail Mary, obviously playing the Bears again. What is your biggest memory of that night, and then what is the biggest takeaway for you from that play?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I just leave that last year. It speaks on is about itself.
Jayden, we saw Bill have his best game as a pro last week. When he got here as a rookie, when did you kind of notice that he had something a little bit different to him, and why do you think he's had success so quickly?
I mean, you can see some of the cuts that he made throughout camp, but it's kind of hard when you're not getting hit or tackled. So seeing him able to run in the preseason and things like that, we knew that he had something to him, and I'm glad that he should get to show it each and every week.
Early in that game on Sunday, did you have a little rust to shake off, and did you get more comfortable as it went on?
I mean, I just wasn't hitting a couple throws, that's it. So I guess you could say rust. I guess you could say I was missing throws, but we won the game at the end of the day.
Jaden, earlier today, DQ said he asked you guys to raise your level collectively as a team. What, in your perspective, what does that mean to you?
I mean, DQ has a standard that he set throughout this organization, and it's our job to hold people accountable to it, especially as leaders. So I guess that's what what he meant in a way, but we also had to play better, start faster, and finish strong.
Noah Brown back on the practice field. What would that mean to the offense if you can get Noah back involved on Monday?
I mean, just another playmaker, another weapon that can make tough contested catches to get open. So if he's back out there, we would love to have him, but other guys have been stepping up in his absence.
On Monday, Dan talked about he thought you showed some growth knowing when to get down and just get to the next play. Was that something you were thinking about on the field or had thought about before the game?
Just playing football at the end of the day. Wasn't live to see another down, but also you got to go out there and still play football and be myself.
Thank you.
Knowing that you are a guy that likes watching football, how much you pay attention at all to the other quarterbacks in your draft class from last year or this early in the year? And if so, what have you kind of seen particularly from Caleb and Drake?
He's been doing his thing, so I always keep up with like football in general. So he's been doing his thing, and we got our hands full coming up on Monday night with him and his offense. Is just the whole team in general.
Prepared for you to tell me no, but do you pay it? He was number one. You were number two. None of that matters?
Nah, he got drafted number one. I got drafted 2. Nothing we could do to change that.
Hey, Jaden, how have you seen Luke McCaffrey progress from last year to this year, and what do you like about what he brings to the team when he's on the field for you guys?
I mean, just his growth as a receiver another year. He was a former quarterback, so that transition wasn't like where he played receiver majority of his life. So he also sees it through the eyes of a QB, so that's another good thing for him. And, he puts in the work, man. He put in the work this offseason. It's showing off. He's making big plays when we need him to, so I'm super happy for Luke.
And then with Debo, when did you know that you have a good chemistry with him? And what does it look like? What does that look like?
I mean, you kind of see all the work that we put in throughout the offseason and training camp. We're hitting a couple passes here and there. But, I mean, it kind of just looks like me completing the ball to him, he catching it, and, we're moving the chains again first downs.
Like you said, you don't want to look back at last year in the Hail Mary, all that. You don't seem to want to do that with a lot of things. Why is that? Like, what don't you want to look back at? Like,
I mean, that Hail Mary ain't going to help us win a game on Monday, so what's the point?
Going back to Luke, how have you seen him grow just with his route running and how does that help the timing with you?
Yeah, more definitive, getting in and out his break, timing purposes also. It's kind of things that he had to learn as he, like I said, his transition from quarterback to receiver is not easy. So he's been doing a great job of really honing in on his own skills and getting better and finding different ways to get better.
Debo, has your connection with him sort of grown just with more reps, more game reps?
Yeah, I mean, time is everything. Time is of the essence. So for us, it's like, man, the more we talk, the more we hang out in the locker room. Guys get closer. You start completing some passes on and off the field. And you talk about different things, so you can see it through the eyes of me, and he's doing a great job. So super happy that he's on our team.
How do you balance wanting to win every game that you play with knowing that this team's best football may be weeks ahead of him because of injuries, Terry not being in, and all the other things that are going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, I got to control what I can control and do what I could do on the field and put the offense in the best situation to execute at a high level. And that's kind of what I look at. I don't look at the outcome of things, but, you got to be process-oriented instead of result-oriented. So at the end of the day, like, if you do the right process and you execute, you might look up and you might like the result of the game.
A Monday night game coming up at home, wearing the black alternates. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting at home?
It'll be the first Monday night that I experience at home, so hopefully, we're packed out. Everybody's out there in the black, and, we show them the home crowd advantage.
Hey, Jayden, facing Chicago, they've got a new coach this year. What do you know about them? What's some keys this week in facing Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same, relatively the same players on defense from last year. Those guys were flying around to the ball, tackling, making good plays on the football. So, we got our hands full in that aspect. But also they got playmakers all on the field. So, we're going to have to convert on third down. I know they're a very good third down defense. They get after the quarterback, so they create turnovers also. So you got to be and play clean football, but it should be fun.
Jaden, with this being a Monday night game, you guys are going to be playing a lot of primetime games moving forward in the season. Just you as a competitor, how excited are you to play in these big games, and how excited is the overall team for these games?
I mean, I treat every game as a big game, because you never know when it might be your last. So you go out there. I mean, I guess you could say the time really doesn't matter over here in the organization, but we're super excited. We don't treat this game differently than another game. At the end of the day, we take them 1 week at a time, and the team that we're playing that week is a big game for us.
Appreciate it, Jay. Locker room's open.